Hello, happy Tuesday. It is July 23rd. I was at the beach last week in Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina, if you saw the video. And maybe a couple things happened while I was gone, historically. As I've mentioned many times, I'm a student of history, and it is, probably one of the craziest 10-day, 2-week spans, politically anyway, that I can remember, certainly in my lifetime. And it's certainly not, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I like reading them out of entertainment. But the events of these last couple of weeks are not doing anything to calm down the conspiracy theorists. I can say that for sure. I thank God I'm not a huge Trump fan or a huge Trump hater, but for the sake of our country, I'm very thankful that that assassination attempt did not work, because I think it would have put us in a really bad and ugly spot. Just crazy to me that, all I know about it is watching movies and everything like that. But it seems inconceivable that they would have allowed that guy, to be that close on the roof. There was people with video screaming that they saw it. And for some reason, the only people who didn't apparently know what was going on was the Secret Service. And I guess the scary part is we just kind of assume the Secret Service is the best of the best. I remember one time when I was a kid, I was at the White House with my sister. Well, I was probably in high school, and we were outside the fences. And I told my sister, who was a few years younger than me, I was like, hey, why don't you jump over this fence and see how far you can make it? Just joking. This guy standing next to us in plain clothes goes, I wouldn't recommend that, ma'am. So I'm quite sure he was a plainclothes Secret Service agent listening to what two knucklehead teenagers were saying, intermingled with the crowd. And then, of course, now more recently, Joe Biden has announced he's not running for re-election. Sad to say, I think it was the right move. Again, not a huge hater of Joe Biden, not a huge fan of Joe Biden. But I think anybody who's anywhere near objective watched that debate and had a level of sadness. So there's no way this guy can, have the probably most difficult job in the world for the next 4 years. It's just too old. And Trump's right there behind him, of course, but there's obviously, from watching that debate, a different level of cognitive ability still. So he's out. Looks like Kamala is in. Should be an interesting election. I think if anything gets crazier than this, it's hard to imagine what it could possibly be. But hope everybody's having a great week. Stay safe out there. And as the priest said at church last week, spend some time off your phones and realize and focus on things that bring people together, not draw people apart. Because politics, sports, all this is all about dragging us apart, which is not good for you. Have a good week, everybody.